Alright guys, I am back and I'm going to record a couple videos today, hopefully, if everything goes well. This morning has started out a bit rough. Like a week ago, I turned off the heaters in the pump houses, thinking that, winter's over, it's time for spring. Yeah, well, the pump froze, so yeah. If I didn't go down and turn the heaters back on, then little Miss Grace wouldn't have had a shower before she went to school, and she cleaned and mucked stalls this morning. So what we're gonna do on this one is we are going to make these, and I'm gonna use these as pockets. And these come in those little fat quarters, varying degrees of or not degrees, but different stores have different shapes a little bit, but this is just one of the little squares that I got with the fabric that we just used on the spines of these. So I'm gonna use that, and so I think for a little bit anyways, we're gonna just be using some packaging, and yeah, the dogs are barking, so you know, there's that. So I'm just gonna kind of use this one as a guide, so yeah, the next few videos, we're just gonna kind of, as you can tell, I have like scraps going everywhere. So we're just gonna start creating with some scraps. Yeah, so hope everybody is doing well. Yeah, crazy busy week at work, obviously, always, right? So yeah, and the dogs are doing their play fighting outside, so I probably should have brought them in before I started filming, but you know, there's that. So yeah, not much more to report other than I got another assignment at work. Mostly I think because I have a good rapport with a lot of people, and I try always to be like fair and open-minded with everybody. So yeah, I have now become part of the internal audit system. So yeah, I had training for 6 hours yesterday. Well, technically 5.5, but if you count lunch, it was 6 hours. So that was interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not why they chose me to be a part of that team. I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of interesting things are starting to happen at work. So yeah, stay tuned, I guess. Oops. Let's see if we can get that off. Yeah, so here's what I'm hoping is that the next few videos, I'm gonna get like this desk kind of like cleaned off in sections, right? Like layers, I guess. And I have no idea where my glue eraser went, so I'm gonna try this. Yeah, it seemed to work okay. Okay. All right, so, and then I glued this on next, and then I kind of just trimmed around it, and I've got a few of these squares. So I had originally thought I would do these journals like I did the Alice in Wonderland journals, where we just kind of created like 4 of one pocket, and so far it's actually seeming like these journals are calling for their own. So those of you that have been creating for a while will know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes the journals just speak their own magic to you, and so that is actually what has been going on with these journals. So, which, I mean, that's fine. It'll take us longer to get there in the end, but it's worth it, right? Because they're all completely original and like separate from themselves. So yeah, I decided to kind of make them into like little clipboards, you know? I mean, I would assume that you guys got the gist of what I was going for there, but yeah, I really like all the kits I'm working with, really, guys. Like, they're all fun, all in their very own. So yeah, like I said, it's been like a week full of changes at work, and some good, some kind of to be determined. It's just been kind of really stressful. A lot of changes and that sort of thing. I'm not sure exactly what I'm allowed to talk about anymore, so I'll keep it vague. Just definitely keep me in your thoughts this week. There's a lot of moving parts, and just knowing exactly which parts are moving at once is kind of a little stressful, you know? Okay, so there's our second one. All right, and I have one more of these, and it turns out one more of those, so yeah, that's gonna work out perfect, I think. And I decided to use the last little bit of journal. These, my friend Jamie at, I think it's called Love You More Soaps, I think is what her channel name is, sent these to me a while ago, and I am like completely out now. Like, oh, they were fun to work with, but I would much rather use them and have fun with them than store them, you know? Come on, get off that. Everything with the kids seems to be going well. I think I mentioned last week that Bo's kind of training for more of a management position with Starbucks, so that's good. It keeps him happy, keeps him busy. Grace put in a new application to do that state officer thing. Those of you that have been with me for a while know that Grace has and is an FFA kid. She was part of FFA her whole high school career. She served in several offices, and she was the president the last year she was in there. And then this year, and she wanted to do this, she tried out for the state, or I guess applied. Try out isn't really necessarily what happened, but anyways, she applied, and she went down for the week, but they decided not to have her be an officer last year, so that bummed her out. But true to that girl's form, she rarely takes no as a final answer. So this year she's been well, doing the college thing. She became a ag ambassador for her college, which means she does several different things. She works with I'm not sure like severity, so please don't like think anything. She works with disabled students, and from what I'm understanding, it's more of mental disabilities and possibly physical disabilities. And it's a new program at her college where they're trying to integrate and get kids or young adults that wouldn't normally have either the ability to or necessarily like the funds to be able to attend college versus like I don't want to say trade school because I hate to speak out of turn, so she may have to correct me later on all the specifics. But anyways, basically so the ambassador part isn't necessarily part of this other program, but yeah, so basically she works with kids or young adults that the career they want to go into at the college level is going to be difficult in different areas, like if it's a physical disability, getting up into the classrooms or whatever the case may be, or if it's like a mental disability, then she tutors them, that sort of thing. So she's really been working hard. I mean, obviously not just because of that, she would do it anyways, regardless, but obviously that helps on her resume, so to speak. And again, that's not why it's not her sole purpose for doing it, but at any rate, so she's done that. She did the ag ambassador. So I don't want vintage photo. I want that stain. Anyway, so yeah, it's a brand new program, so she's helping to launch it, and she keeps in close contact with the what do they call not instructors, what do they call them? They're the teachers, but what do they call professors? There you go. For any assistance she might need, like, you know, if one of the students needs like even simple things like special pens, or needs help with like their login or whatever, she keeps close contact with the professors, so that really, so no students left behind, right? Like if one's struggling, then they'll make an assessment and say, okay, this one needs, you know, a little bit extra time on this, or, you know, it's an interesting program, and I love that they're doing it. I just, those of you that know me know that I really like it when they are inclusionary. Okay, so these are the 3 pockets that I made here, and then we're just going to kind of keep going for a few minutes. I'll make another pocket or 2 to kind of use up this little pile here. I had an idea for this one on the last video, so I think I'm going to go ahead and work on that. Okay, so yeah, like I said, she didn't do it just for, obviously, like, that's the word I'm looking for, accolades, I guess, or like to get ahead, because that's not really who Grace is. She would have done it regardless, but it does help on her resume. So she did get her stuff applied for there. Sorry, you know what? I just got a Facebook Messenger. It distracted me on my iPad a minute ago, and it seems our beautiful Lorna Taylor just sent me a message, and I'm thinking that I missed seeing a stamp, because as you guys have seen, I have a small wee bit of an addiction. So you know what? Let's be corny for a second, and let me pull this over here, and let me see what she has to say. Oh, Lorna, I love you. She was just telling me that she's got a giveaway, so I will be over in just a little bit, darling. Can I just say I love this community? I do. Like, we just look out for each other, and it means like everything. And you know what? Also, guys, I'm kind of premenopausal, and well, and I'm going from pre into menopausal, and I gotta tell you, like, this month, holy cow, it's been a struggle, like, not just like emotionally, but geez, how do you girls deal with it? I woke up like every morning, like, or every night, like between midnight and 1 o'clock, literally drenched in a bathe of sweat. Like, I'm like, what the heck? Anyhow, God, I'm kind of all over the board, huh? Anywho, so, okay, so back to Grace for a second. Let's finish that one up. So, yeah, she got all of her applications and everything like that done. And, so, that said, we will, that doesn't happen until, what is it, June, like the first week of June. So we'll know something more then. So anywho, so why did I start telling you this? Oh, just about the busyness or whatever. So yeah. So please, everybody, say, if you're the praying type, pray for Grace. If you're the send the good juju type, please send it her way. That girl works so stinking hard at these things. She's not one to give up on dreams, and it really, really is her dream to serve as a state officer. And it would just, not only because she has a servant's heart, but also because she just has worked so hard, and it would just open up so many doors for her. And those of you that know our story, she just really, really needs a win this year. Oh, I'm gonna get all choked up. Sorry, guys. Again, back to the whole premenopausal thing. Like, for weeks, I've just been feeling like the tears are just, like, riding right on the edge of falling, right? Like, nothing in particular is wrong. Like, everything could be right as rain at the moment, and you just feel like you're gonna start bawling at every opportunity. And you're like, especially when you're, like, in a meeting, right? Or in a training, and nothing in particular is happening, and then all of a sudden you're like, your eyes are tearing up, you're like, what? Yeah. So yeah, has that happened to anybody else? Oh my gosh. And the cycles, girls, what is the deal? Holy moly. It's like Niagara Falls. I'm not even lying. I'm like, I know we talk about embarrassing stuff on this channel, but I mean, that's reality, right? Holy smokes. I'm not even kidding you. And I think I'm going to use this one as a tuck. Like, so we'll glue it here, here, and here. And then we'll just tuck like a big tag or a big journal card in there. Okay. Like, even now, holy cow. Nothing makes you feel like, I don't want to say inadequate, but maybe a little bit inadequate, like having like massive tears, right? All the time with just like random stuff. Oh. But so anyways, yeah, you're in the middle of training and you're starting to tear up and everybody's like, what's wrong? Like, nothing at all. Trust me, really nothing. I think we'll have to take off his hat just a little bit. Like I said, I've got so many scraps, guys, that if we don't do something with them, it's gonna be bad. Very bad. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Oh goodness, I'm gonna have to probably do this one and then call it a video and then, you know, go blow my nose or do whatever. Oh, that's why you guys stay, right? Because I'm nutty and real. Yeah, and I don't know, is it normal also for like, I don't want to say manic depressive states, but kind of like where you like have every reason in the world to be happy and you cannot muster even a smile. Oh my goodness, that happened to me on Monday. It's like, what the what? Well, oh, and I know what made me start tearing up yesterday. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I work with this really sweet younger kid, and he's as sweet as he can be. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, there is some like gossipy people there, like there always is with every business, right? But he kind of fell into it. Pretty much like last fall, right? And he believed one of the kids that was getting fired something, and they all thought that I was part of it. And I was like, sorry, kids. I'm like in my 40s. I have mouths to feed. I really don't care what you're doing. Like, I'm not going to get involved in your little gossipy whatever. And besides, I hadn't even really been back in that building like long enough for any of that, right? So anyhow, yeah, anyways, he didn't exactly apologize, but he at least acknowledged, right? And I actually think I'm gonna leave this one just how it is, and then the new owner can write something on there. So it's just kind of like a simple little pocket here. So anyhow, he was so cute yesterday because I was training in the other building. He walked up because I was walking out to the truck to go eat my lunch, and he's like, hey, I made these, and I apologize if I'm wrong on the name, but I think he called them carditas, right? Is that the sauce that goes in? Like, he made a pork burrito and it had like this really spicy red sauce. and like some red peppers. Anyways, so yeah, he made one of those and he asked me if I wanted one, and I was like, sure, like kind of taken aback, you know, because I mean, I steer clear. Like, you don't have to tell this girl more than once that, you know, that you're really not interested in making conversation with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll, you know, that's the word I'm looking for. I'll take the hint and, you know, whatever. And so anyways, I was taken aback kind of by it, and I was like, sure, I'd love one. And so I'm telling you guys, this kid is an amazing cook, you know. And I mean, honestly, he's young. And so I think sometimes, like how it was when we were younger, we get kind of wrapped up in what he said, she said type of stuff. So that being said, he was so sweet. He gave it to me and it was delicious. I enjoyed it very much and I thanked him. But yeah, so that in particular, I was taken aback because, you know, I wasn't really used to people at work being overly kind, at least in other departments. Like, I love our team and everything, and our team, all of us get along pretty well together. But yeah, sometimes with every business, you know, they don't always get along with other departments, right? Because there always seems to be that really weird, like, competition thing going on, right? Where it's like sometimes, you know, oh, it must have been this department because blah, 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 blah. You know, I think that happens in any company, but yeah, anyhow, I just thought that was very sweet of him to offer. And it was, like I said, it was delicious. He's a very good cook. I was very touched that he did that. Olive branches, right? So anyhow, yeah, sorry for kind of the depressive last couple of videos. Like I said, you could probably tell it on Sunday's video, or when I recorded on Sunday. I just haven't been feeling myself, right? I just feel like this might need a little something too. A little more distressing, maybe. Let's take this and put a bit in it for another pocket. Actually thinking one of Amy's little numbers up here would go just about perfect. What if we put one of the keys on there too? It's a little bit bigger than I'm thinking. Ooh, here's a nice little delicate one. And it's small. Okay, like it. Let's see. I have that one up there. I thought I had a number 4. Yep, I do. Okay. Now let's hope that I can get the glue on here without breaking it. Well, and you know, I think, if I'm being honest, I think there's some other stuff going on with me too. Like, we're coming up on a year of the divorce being final. And while I don't regret any of it in the slightest, I think it does play a small part in our attitudes later, right? Like, I don't want to say attitudes, but like our psyche, maybe. Like, at least I think for girls, you know, dates are kind of important. I know some guys, they are too, so. Okay, yep, I like that. Gives it just a little. without overpowering it. Very nice, very nice. Okay, there's another pocket. All right, so, I mean, all in total, this quick little video, we got 2, 4, 5 little pockets and side tuck things done. All right, so I'm gonna stop the video and we're just gonna keep going. Only now we might create some ephemera to go in these pockets. So yeah, I will just see you in the next video, guys. Bye.